case the Arizona game wasn't weird enough for you, in which Toffoli took 2 penalties in the first 33 seconds, and Jordan Nolan scored twice, and Trevor Lewis scored the game-winning goal, what? I bring you an afternoon game against the Habs. So the game started at noon, which typically the Kings are rarely awake for, and they proved that in the first period by, well, let's face it, not really playing hockey. So they took a couple of penalties, which we ended up killing okay, and we got a couple of power plays, which actually we let them have more shorthanded shots than we got off, so that wasn't great. Nor was the goal we let in about 3 minutes into the period. Now, for the first time in 4 games, it was not the first shot on goal. Yay, progress! Wait, it was the third. So, still needing a bit more progress. I know there are a lot of people out there that are like, Budaj is great. He's doing so well. He actually, statistic-wise, is like 3rd in the league or something as far as goalies go. And honestly, I think that has everything to do with the defensemen around him being really, really good and not letting shots through. And today, when they did, it didn't go well. Like, the first shot looked like actually Forbert was the one that didn't get his man, so that was the defense letting Budaj down a little. But still, that's a shot that you need to be able to stop. Pacioretty gets his first of the game. Pacioretty scored 2 goals and 1 assist this game, so why we didn't have Drew Doughty stuck to him like glue after the first one, I will never know. But whatever. Afternoon game, like I said, took everyone a while to wake up. Gabrick was looking good in the first period. Toffoli was looking good in the first period. Pearson, honestly, even Doughty and Kopi were like, oh, there's a puck. I should probably get to that. Give me a minute. Oh, they got to, okay. Oh, that's, all right, puck is over there now. It was a really, really slow start to the game. We were honestly lucky to make it out of the first period with only 1 goal against. So we sat there and we bore down for the second. We were ready for this to just get even worse. And then Jeff Carter on the power play, guys. We scored a power play goal. The LA Kings haven't done that in like forever. Our power play is 27th in the league. And dear Lord, if ours is 27th in the league, I feel bad for whoever the heck is 28, 29, and 30. Well, actually, I think we're 28 now. So 29 and 30 because it can't get much worse. But something woke them up in between the first and second period. Thank you, Darryl Sutter, whatever you said to them. So Carter gets off this gorgeous shot, which I say this a lot, but come on, it's Jeff Carter. Of course his shot is gorgeous. Hello. He is a gorgeous man with a gorgeous wrister. The Kings are tied, and we're kind of like, oh, yay, that's not bad. Oh, no, Shore isn't having any of that. Shore's like, no, we should be up in this period. And sure enough, like 30 seconds later, the Kings are. So thank you, Nick Shore. Also a pretty sweet shot. I will take anything that gives the Kings a lead. But, oh, no, wait. This is the second period where every time the Kings decide to actually get in the lead, they take a penalty, and then Montreal Canadiens score on said penalty, and we get back to tied. So the first time this happens, it's Pacioretty with his second goal. And it was super obvious that it was going to go in. It was just one of those things where you're like, yeah, that happened. Of course it did. I saw that going to happen. I don't know why Budaj couldn't have seen the puck and where it was going, because everybody else in the stadium saw where it was going to be going. Anyway. So we're 2-2. And then we get another power play. And this is all, by the way, in the first, 3 minutes of the game. So we get another power play, and before Dave Joseph can even announce which Montreal Canadian took the penalty, 9 seconds into said power play, Drew Doughty wristers a beautiful shot from the point there, and bam, right in the net. Kudos to Jeff Carter and Anze Kopitar for setting that up. That was a slick pass there by Carter. Carter had a multi-point night. And when he has a multi-point night, the Kings are 5-1, though now 5-2. Anze Kopitar has 5 assists in the last 3 games, including, I believe, 2 this evening. So they woke up and they played like their contracts actually expect them to play. And it was great. Except then we took another penalty and then they scored again and it was 3-3. And it was just weird. It was a really weird weird kind of period. Things were very fast, and just when you think they're going to slow down, we scored a fourth. By the end of the second period, I was like, dude, this is going to be a 5-6 game. I was not far off. When you look at this, you're going to think that it's Jeff Carter playing here. Indeed, it is not. That's Trevor Lewis doing that sweet move there. Waiting out Price, kind of flicking the puck back up there, right over the top of him once he's waited around him. Trevor Lewis, guys, that is the second time in 2 games that he has scored the 4th goal, which should have been the game-winning goal like it was in Arizona. But we come back into the third period, and maybe 2 or 3 minutes in, we let up another soft goal. This is the first goal that Pacioretty has had nothing to do with, so I guess we finally woke up and put a man on him in the third period, but it didn't matter because we were tied. Again. And things kind of continue along the same path where there's a lot of shots at either end, not a whole lot going on in the neutral zone, but not a whole lot of good looks, really, getting to either goaltender. Now you have Corey Price here, who is a Vezina winner, top-class, elite goalie, and Peter Budaj, who, like I said, I have just less and less confidence in lately. I'm sorry, this was just not a good game for him. He is a backup, and he is fine as a backup, but Quick is out for another 2 months, at least, and I am very concerned with the way the Kings have been playing as of late. We're scraping by wins, but none of them are horribly convincing, and it's gonna kick us in the ass pretty soon. It almost did tonight, but we managed to scrape by into overtime and thinking, great, 3-3. We're actually really, really good at this. Except we kind of weren't today. This is the first time that I've seen the Kings it was like they were back in the first period and they just weren't really awake and they weren't really getting the passes very cleanly and they weren't getting to the puck as quickly as you want him to. Kopitar, poor guy, had like 2 or 3 shifts on the 3-on-3 where he couldn't get off the ice. So, like, that's not his fault if he's completely gassed by the end of those 3 shifts. Martinez, I think, takes a penalty lightly because of all the penalties they called. That one was pretty soft, and of all the penalties they let by, there were some pretty obvious ones. So, whatever, he takes a penalty, a minute 23 left in overtime. We barely managed to scrape by, barely managed to go into a shootout, at which point, me and you know, my confidence in our goaltender's like, well, it's just not gonna happen. There's no way. And so sure enough, Gabbert shoots first, and nothing going on that. And the first Canadiens player gets straight by Budaj. He goes down too early. He did this all the time. They fake a shot, Budaj goes down, and they flip it up over him. It was the same shot basically 3 times in a row. So they have 1, we have nothing. Carter comes in. Gorgeous. Top shelf. Flipped it over. Price. I love it. Thank you, Jeff Carter. Oh, wait, he was third. Kopitar was in second, but he scored as well. So, awesome. The Kings are actually scoring in a shootout. This is kind of unprecedented. I love Kopitar, but he doesn't usually seem to score in shootout situations. So Kopi scores, and then the Canadian guy scores, and then Carter scores, and then Pacioretty comes up, and somehow Budaj actually blocks Pacioretty, which he hadn't been able to do pretty much all night. Clearly, 2 goals, 1 assist. And then we get to the 4th round, and I'm not even sure. It was Pearson. Pearson can't make the shot, and sure enough, the 4th guy for the Canadiens comes in. Easy. He just made it look easy. But I didn't even stand a chance. And so there are the Kings only getting 1 point. But I am super grateful that we at least got the 1 point, being as it is an afternoon game. And the Habs are actually, to their credit, a really good team. I'm surprised we got even 4 goals by Corey Price. Honestly, he's an incredible goaltender. So here's the thing, though. When you score 4 goals, you should expect to be able to win a game. And when you get 4 goals by many different lines, that's your whole team on the ice doing their jobs. And then the defense, not so much. So that is something to look for in the next few games. The Kings have 2 more games at home, and then they go on a really, really long road trip, and that is the part that scares me. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to leave you with the Chris Sutter dance cam today. But honestly, it wasn't really a dance cam so much as Taylor Swift playing in the background while people tried to get selfies with Chris, and he never actually danced.